Our next story is from Africa, from Rwanda, the country famous for its migration deal with the UK. The previous British government had signed a deal with Rwanda. Any migrants coming to the UK illegally would be deported. They would be sent off. And Rwanda was supposed to accept these migrants, house them and deal with any paperwork like asylum applications. If the asylum claims were legitimate, Rwanda would bear the responsibility of hosting the migrants. This, in a nutshell, was the Rwanda deal: to outsource the problem of immigration. It wasn't so much about shifting the asylum seekers, it was more about generating fear. Migrants were supposed to be scared of being sent to Rwanda. The hope was that it would act as a deterrent. The Rwanda plan was championed by the former British government, the one led by the Conservative Party, also known as the Tories. The Tories had ruled Britain for 14 years, and they had been championing the Rwanda deal for the past 3. But it never got off the ground. And a few days ago, the Tory government got the boot. The British public decided to go another way, and they brought in a new Prime Minister, this man, Keir Starmer. And here's what he had to say about the Rwanda deal.
The Rwanda scheme was dead and buried before it started. It's never been a deterrent. Look at the numbers that have come over in the first 6 and a bit months of this year. They're record numbers. That is the problem that we are inheriting. It has never acted as a deterrent.
Starmer's Labour Party had always opposed the deal. They had promised to scrap it if they came to power, which is what they did. But there was a slight problem. The Tories had spent years working on the deal. More importantly, they'd spent millions on it. About £320 million. That's more than $400 million US. That is the amount the Tories had already spent, without deporting a single illegal immigrant. So where did this money go, $400 million? In setting up infrastructure in Rwanda. You may remember these pictures of the UK's former Home Secretary, Suella Braverman. Last year, she was looking at some under-construction buildings in Rwanda. Well, those were built with British money, given to Rwanda by the Tories. You can understand why she's not pleased about getting the plan scrapped.
We're now seeing Keir Starmer, install his government, scrap the Rwanda plan, for example. Years of hard work, acts of parliament, millions of pounds been spent on a scheme which, had it been delivered properly, would have worked.
We don't know if it would have worked, but the money was spent. So is there any way to undo that, to get a refund? Well, Britain was looking into this. Rwanda's president, Paul Kagame, had said that it could happen. He'd said this in January. So perhaps the UK was hoping it would all work out. But then, a Rwandan government spokesperson set the record straight.
Actually, it is the UK government that has terminated the treaty and not Rwanda. This was not a loan given to Rwanda. This was money sent to Rwanda to carry out specific actions. These actions have been carried out. There is no reason why these funds should be returned. As far as the permanent dwellings, it was stipulated that Rwandans share them with the migrants. Today, the migrants are not coming anymore. Rwandans will live in those dwellings.
So Rwanda has no intention of giving the money back, and the houses that were built, the ones Braverman had examined so carefully, will now be going to Rwandan citizens. Well, this is a win for the African nation, and maybe add a lesson for London.
I mean, this lady, she's very, very reliable. I'm going to give her flowers. She's one of the people that I watch on the internet and I'm like, you seem to know what you're doing. But in this video, she got it absolutely wrong. And I'm going to set the record straight. She said the UK government gave Rwanda 400 million to carry out the project. That is absolutely false. Because this project has already been going on. The project has been in the pipeline before the UK government even came into play. The 70% of the project was funded by a group called HDAI. The whole idea was for the Rwandan people to have a more affordable house. That was what this project was about. And they already started this project before the UK government even signed an agreement with Rwanda. I mean, take a look at this. PLP Bank Rwanda PLC on November 1st, 2002 signed an agreement with HDAI Rwanda to provide mortgage loans to clients that desire to purchase fully built affordable houses in Bizwa Riverside Home Estate. Bizwa Riverside Homes is a public-private partnership between a private sector, the HDAI corporate group, and the government of Rwanda. The investor started by constructing 252 green units in the first phase set to be completed by the end of 2002. 5 phases upon completion, the project will avail 2,270 affordable houses units in total. So as we can see, the project has already been in pipeline. This HDAI group, this is what they specialize into. The whole idea was to create affordable houses for the people of Rwanda. That was the whole idea. All the UK government did was to finance the expansion of this project. So where the $400 million came from, I have no idea, because they did not finance the whole project. 70% of this project has already been financed by this group called the HDAI. Now the question now becomes, so when did the UK government and Rwanda government, when did they sign the treaty then? Well, check this out. On 5th December 2003, the government of the UK and Rwanda signed a new treaty. This was with the aim of deterring dangerous and illegal journeys to the UK, which are putting people's lives at risk, and disrupting the business model of people smugglers who are exploiting vulnerable people. I mean, the article goes on to say all these conditions and all this. You guys can read it for yourself. But the point I'm trying to make here is the agreement between the Rwandan government and HDI was already in place. They signed the agreement on November 1st, 2022. It was after more than a year. That was when the treaty between the UK government and Rwanda came into play. Just say something like the Rwandan government refused to refund the money back to the UK. Well, what does the law say? Check this out. The law says generally if one party fulfills its obligations and the other party decides to opt out, there may not be an automatic obligation to provide a refund. Now, did the Rwandan government uphold their own side of the contract? Absolutely yes. Did the UK government uphold their own side? No. As a matter of fact, they even pulled out of the project. They pulled out of the contract. So Rwanda government, they have no obligation whatsoever to refund any money to the UK government. I just wanted to point this out so that you guys will not be misled by this information. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Follow me on all my socials. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm out.